Hi everybody, it's Rabbi Fishman here and it is Erev Shabbos, and I am extremely conscious of the fact that we are entering into our second Shabbat as a community with our doors closed. It's actually heartbreaking, and truly it is a moment that gives us all pause for reflection. What does it mean for the synagogue's doors to close? Now, of course, we realize that this is the mitzvah of the hour. It is absolutely the right thing that our doors should be closed, as social gatherings are not only prohibited, but are saving lives. And let us remember that, and let us always be conscious of the fact that to whatever degree we can practice social distancing, we are truly engaged in the mitzvah of pikuach nefesh, of saving a life. We hope and we continue to pray that this terrible plague should be over quickly for us, our community, and the entire world. Amen. And it is Erev Shabbos. Shabbos is coming. And what does that mean for us as a community? As I have said and communicated numerous times over the last number of days, although our doors are closed, our community is not defined by our bricks and mortar. And that is why we have decided to compile a short list of approximately 40 families, some who are elderly in our community, some who are currently sick and unwell, some who are alone, and some who, for whatever reason, may need some extra help at this time. And we are coming together to send them a hot Shabbos meal. This is food which has been cooked and prepared under the strictest of health and safety guidelines. Various volunteers have come forward from our community. They will be staggered, having already washed their hands. They will be wearing gloves and picking up the food alone and privately. They will then be dropping it off at people's doors privately. They will actually not be entering or having any contact with those who are at home. They'll simply be leaving it on their doorstep, making a telephone call and making sure that it has been received. Why are we doing this? Because we're family. Beth Tikva community, above all else, is one large extended family. We might not always appreciate that. We sometimes take it for granted. And like your family and my family, sometimes having something difficult or a challenge presented to us can act as the catalyst which can bring us all together. And certainly this is true in our time and at this moment. Sometimes it takes a difficulty for us to realize and appreciate what we have. And actually, I believe that this can be our greatest hour. Beth Tikva has always been part of your larger collective extended family. And it's at a time such as this that we are truly going to shine. Now, all of this food costs money, and we are providing it through the incredible generosity of various individuals who have realized the call of the moment and have stepped up and contributed. I believe we are going to be seeing many weeks of great difficulty. And I believe that the need will only grow. There are various people undergoing various treatments for medical issues right now. There are various people living alone. There are various people scared to leave their houses. We are going to be there for them today, tomorrow, and into the continued future. If you wish to contribute to this effort of being able to provide a Shabbos meal for those in need, for those who require it, please contribute. There is an individual, solitary individual working in the office. Please, you can make a phone call or you can email info@bethtikva.ca with your pledge to be able to contribute the much needed resources that we require right now. And now I'd like to finish with a brief Devar Torah. Sorry, before the Devar Torah. Don't click pause just yet. Don't shut me down. Don't go on to the news. In general, don't watch the news. It's just not helpful. Before that, I want to give an update as to some of the other ways that we can connect with each other. We can connect with each other through the various social interactions that have been available to us online. Who knows if just for such a moment as this, technology has reached the point it has so that Although not physically, we can still connect with each other virtually. Each morning I am sending out a WhatsApp message via the synagogue. We are learning a Mishnah program. There are Judaica classes taught Thursday and Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. We are also having Rabbi Zeitz teach Passover preparation classes, as well as children's Zoom classes that I am teaching Thursday mornings at 10 and 10:30. There are a variety of ways that the synagogue is being able to communicate and engage with you at this time as well. Please join us online virtually as we continue our connection with one another. I would also like to make a very important mention of the government's measures of unemployment insurance which is being presented. Beneath this video, you will see a link presented by the government to explain and to help those to begin the process of unemployment insurance. Many people, tragically, sadly, are being laid off at this time. People are finding it very difficult, especially if they are temporary workers. They are in a capacity where the office has been closed down. There is help available, and we urge everybody to take advantage of this financial assistance that is being presented at this time. In many ways, people have communicated to me, and I must say that it's not me that is doing this, it's really you. It's a team of volunteers. It's our leadership from the president down who are rolling up their sleeves quite literally to be able to contact you, to reach out to you. It's the collective leadership of our community right now. I'm just simply happy to play a small role as part of this team. And I want to share with you that I've seen so many of us come together for good. I've seen so many of us be able to help others in this time of need in whichever way we can. And amazingly, Vayakel, here comes the Devar Torah. You'll excuse me, I had to squeeze in a Devar Torah, wearing my rabbinic hat. It's an occupational hazard. We would have read collectively and publicly Vayakel Pekudei tomorrow, Shabbat, in synagogue. The first ever synagogue was built in the desert after the Jews left Egypt, and Moshe gathers all of them together and says, we are a community, we are a people. Look how we can all contribute together and build something greater than the sum of our parts. And when we do that, we can truly find a resting place for God. We finish that Torah reading, or we would have tomorrow, with the words Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazek. Be strong, and may we be strengthened. You will notice that last word, Venit Chazek, is in the plural. May we be strengthened. How do we find strength? How, as a community, collectively, are we able to have a moment where we can all be strong? It's when we come together. It's when we rely on one another. It's when, if not in person, we pick up the phone and we call somebody we haven't in a while. It's when we email somebody that we are worried about. It's when we virtually connect with somebody else, offering strength, encouragement, and support in any which way we may be able to offer it. Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazek. My message to all of us is let us be strong. This is not a moment to waver. This is not a moment for fear. We will overcome. I am positive and certain. As humanity in the past has faced pandemics and humanity has overcame, so too as the Jewish people have faced trials and tribulations, we overcame. This time too we will overcome. Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazek. Be strong, and may all of us together be strengthened. Shabbat Shalom.